back to our vegan kitchen. I'm so excited for you today because I have had a breakthrough. I have been making many batches of chicken seitan for the last 10.5 years, ever since we first went vegetarian, and I finally hit the mother lode. This one is, I'm gonna say this is the best seitan that you can make at home. Best chicken seitan that you can make at home. It is so good, but don't take my word for it.
Ooh.
Take a look at this. This is amazing. Look at that.
Wow.
So meaty, moist on the inside. This one is made up as a fried chicken. You could probably also do like a chicken parm with this. Your imagination is the only limit. Alright, well, let's put that deliciousness aside. I know it's going to be hard, but we're going to have to. This recipe is so simple, you're not even going to believe it. Just a few ingredients and nothing like crazy. You're going to need a high-speed blender, kids. So, or you're going to have to blend and blend and blend. First ingredient, 1 can of chickpeas. And I mean like the whole can. Not the metal part, obviously, but all of the insides. Usually you would just drain that. Nope, you dump the whole thing in there. Second ingredient, a bouillon cube. I'm using this one. It's pretty good, not chicken. Pretty widely available, I believe, at the supermarket, at many different supermarkets. Boo, I would also recommend, would probably be a very good chicken bouillon to use. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of a seasoned vinegar, like a rice vinegar, or a like a white balsamic would be really nice in there too. Do you have these ingredients so far? It's pretty simple. I'm going to put the complete list in the info box below, so you don't have to worry about writing them down. It's all going to be in one spot. I'm using my favorite granulated garlic. We're doing 1 teaspoon of that. We're doing 2 teaspoons of some granulated onion. And that's pretty much it for the wet ingredients, except for just a little bit of water. I think we're going to do, you know what we're going to do first? We're going to put our dry ingredients over there because I don't want to wash this. So in the KitchenAid mixer over there,
Let's go over.
Okay. Well, why don't I just bring it over? Alright, so the dry ingredients are 2 cups of Vital Wheat Gluten. So I'm sorry, this is not for you gluten-free people. It's gluten. And we have 1/4 of a cup of the Bob's Red Mill potato flakes, which is nothing but dehydrated potato. So it should be at the supermarket. If not, if you can't find it anywhere, just use a very small steamed white potato. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing the potato thing, I would put it in with the wet ingredients, but we're not. So we're keeping it separate. And now we're just going to need 1/4 cup of water over here to help this blend. And we're going to go to the blender. And that's like all of the ingredients. It's crazy. Alright, so we're going to blend this until it's as smooth as a baby's buttock. This is only going to take a few seconds. And done.
And there's your chicken. Just kidding.
Alright, so now we're going to pour all of this on top of the dry ingredients. I'm going to get my spatula out here because I want to make sure that I get all of the liquid out.
Hi.
They said we smell chicken. It does kind of smell chickeny.
It's a weird smell. So don't be alarmed if it smells weird when you open up your blender.
Well, I mean, it's chickpeas.
Yeah, but it's part of the process.
Yeah. Alright, so I got 98% of that out. Now we're going to take this over to the KitchenAid. No, you don't need a KitchenAid to make this, but does it make life a lot easier? Yes, it does, because this has to be kneaded for 5 minutes. So
It's needy.
it is very needy. So we're just gonna start it like this, and we're gonna make sure that we don't get that flour cloud. So if you gotta start out slower, go for it. But that texture looks just about perfect. We're gonna knead this for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, we're back. Let's recap. We mixed this for 5 minutes, and then we let it sit for at least 10 minutes. So you can see it's quite stringy. Look at the texture in there. That is what is going to activate the gluten, that mixing for 5 minutes. And that's what's going to give us that beautiful stringy, chickeny texture. So what we're going to do with this is we have our parchment paper here. And we're going to put down all of our mixings. And we're going to roll it out as flat as we can get it. Within reason. I mean, you know, don't kill yourself, because we already have some nice texture there already. And believe me, this is very chewy right now. This is like a rubber band because of the gluten, so you're not really gonna get it that flat. Alright, this is as good as it gets for me today. My arms are killing me.
It's like some sort of weird world map.
Kind of. What we're going to do is just give it a light spray with some olive oil. If you don't want to use a spray, you could just use straight up olive oil, but I feel like it's a very light spray. You don't want too much, so I like the spray. But what we're going to do is we're going to build up the layers here, and that's what also is going to give us a little bit of separation in the seitan, and it's going to make it more chicken textured. So we're going to build up a few layers, as many as we can here. It's weird. It's like we're putting together
really
this weird chicken puzzle.
Like a Frankenstein.
Yeah. And just press it together. And then you could probably even go
Whoa.
that. So it's nice and irregular shaped because chicken doesn't come in like squares. So we want to make sure that it's as together as it can be, because we're going to slice it in a minute and we kind of want it to stay together. So we're going to try and do like 6 slices. So that's what's going to be our cutlets. Try and not to compress it too much because you want to maintain like that stringiness, but you don't want it to fall apart. So it's kind of a little bit of a delicate balance. And yes, some cutlets are bigger than others. You can even do chicken nuggets if you wanted. Okay. So, yeah, it's a little Frankenstein-y. Now comes the part when we cook it for the first time. So I'm going to take the same piece of parchment paper and I'm going to line my cutlets up like this in a row. You can go with that new family. Alright. Now we're going to fold it over like that, and then we're going to roll it up like this, so we don't have to use any foil, because I really don't enjoy putting foil in the pressure cooker. So now we're going to go over to the pressure cooker. You can see I have a little basket, not a basket, a steamer shelf in there. You can use the one that came with it. We're just going to put our chicken cutlets right on top of the steamer shelf, and we're going to put plain water in the bottom, not over the shelf. We don't want the chicken sitting in the water. We want it just to steam. So we're going to put the lid on, and we're just going to do poultry. No, we're going to do high pressure for 25 minutes. And we're going to do a natural release. And if you don't know what that means, it is when it's done steaming and it goes beep, beep, beep. You just let it sit until the valve releases on its own. And then we're going to open it up and let it come to room temperature and let it just equalize, you know, not be hot anymore. And we're back. All right, so this has come up to room temperature after coming to a natural release in the Instant Pot. Some pieces have held together better than others, but that's okay because that's kind of like a chicken tender. I mean, there's no exact science to this, so it is what it is. Let's just say that. Now, this is the part where it's up to you to do what you want with it. I'm making fried chicken today.
Ooh.
My dog is drinking too. He said, "Ooh, that's
Bowie.
salty. I love fried chicken." I miss that the most since going vegan. That was my top 3. So we're gonna do a nice, healthier version of fried chicken today. We're not gonna fry it. We're gonna put it in the toaster oven, and it's really simple to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this olive oil spray and I'm going to spray the S out of this parchment paper. Because, let's face it, oil is what's going to make it crispy. It's better than deep frying. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some chickpea flour. I'm not going to measure it. I'm going to need you to be big boys and big girls and just put some in a bowl. Like that.
Wow, condescending.
And we're just going to thin it down until it's like a beaten egg consistency. If you put too much water, don't worry about it. You can put a little bit more chickpea flour, but pro tip here, it's gonna thicken up a little bit after it's been sitting for a minute or two, so don't rush to judgment. It will, give it a minute and then see if you need to adjust. You just gotta make sure to get all the lumps out. All right, well that's sitting for a minute. We're gonna come over here, and I'm not very good at seasoning flour, just like pie crusts, not my thing. So I'll leave that up to Kentucky Colonel. This is a real, they had a little extra sticker on there. This is a real cheater brand, I would think. I mean, somebody said, I want people to think this is the coating from Kentucky Fried Chicken, so what am I going to call it? Kentucky Colonel. I mean, it's vegan. It's accidentally vegan. It's basically just seasoned flour. So, I keep mine in a jar over here so the bugs don't go in it, because it doesn't close very well after you open it. So I'm just going to put some on the plate, and this is just like any other breading situation, except I don't do the flour, egg, flour. I just do egg, in quotes, flour. And then I'm going to put it on my tray over here. So I'm going to start with my first one. I'm going to coat it. And then I'm going to coat it. You don't want to overcoat it because a little bit of this coating goes a long way because it is a little bit salty. So I'm just going to fill up my tray with all of these coated pieces, and then we'll be ready to pop it in the oven. Alright, we have these all breaded up. They're ready to go in the oven. Just one more thing. I like to spray the olive oil on the top so that the top also gets crispy. I do like to switch these, flip them over halfway through. They're going to go in at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes, flipping halfway in between. This would even lend itself really well to like a shake and bake type situation. How amazing would this be with the barbecue shake and bake? Whoa. Whoa, right? So these are going to go in 375 for 25 to 30 minutes, and we will be back and ready to eat. All right, there it is, out of the oven, all piled up and ready to eat.
Looks so good.
It really is. You know what? Daddy was eating from that other plate that we made yesterday, and I was like, come on, we're having that for dinner. And he was like, no.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's how good it is. If my husband's
this.
picking around on it, then yeah, it's good.
Ooh, baby. So I'm going to go ahead and try it, but I want to show you guys what it looks like on the inside. Are we focused?
We are focused.
All right. Ooh, so when you pull it apart, you can see
the shreddies.
The shreddies. Ah!
And it's nice and chewy.
Yes, and it smells so good.
This one, the taste is phenomenal.
Tastes like chicken.
Yep.
No, for real, that's really good.
Yeah, that's good. We're having that tonight on a wrap with some red onion and lettuce and tomato and ranch.
The texture of this is even better than the first batch you made.
Right, because I adjusted the...
Yeah, the other one was a little too mushy and like...
Right. I adjusted the potato flakes. I put just a little bit less potato flakes, and I
You guys
think
can see.
yeah, the texture is really the texture is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not too spongy, and it's not too rubber bandy.
That's delicious.
Well, I hope you enjoy.
I think I will.
You know what? I hope all of you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you make it. You saw how simple it was. Not really anything crazy. The only thing I could think of is that you might have a little trouble finding is the potato flakes. But use a steamed potato.
I had to finish that little piece.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's really good.
I hope you guys give it a try. It's really, really easy. If you don't have an Instant Pot, do it on the stove in a steamer basket.
Mm-hmm. Damn! That'd be so good. It's like a chicken parm sandwich, too.
Yes.
So good.
There you go.
So if you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Let
Share
us
it
know
with
if
a
you try
friend.
it. Yeah. Let us know if you try it. And if you're not already subscribed,
It's
subscribe.
free. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so we'll see everybody next time. Stay safe. And until then, much love.